Welcome back. This is episode 4 of the Antifreaks podcast. I got my two co-hosts with me again.
Miss T, what's up, y'all?
And Zell here.
And I'm Mickey22. Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. And T, what would be our topic for today?
Okay, y'all. I hope everybody having a good time with us so far. Okay, our topic is a real good one. Um, why did Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon fail?
That's a great one. That's a great one. Now, I'm pretty sure everybody is familiar with Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, especially from the 90s and the 2000s when they were, the two kings of cartoons, basically. But recent years, we all done seen them fall off from what they used to be, as in, cartoon quality, the amount of shows that be shown, and a lot of cartoons that end up starting up and end up getting canceled because they're not getting viewed like that. So, what y'all think about it?
I really think for me because I'm like somewhat older than both of y'all in the group. So I think for me because I grew up watching Ed, Ed and Eddie, Courage the Cowardly Dog, and Dexter's Laboratory and stuff like that. And over the years, don't get me wrong, it did introduce me to like Naruto, Ben 10, and like the Secret Saturdays and stuff like that. But after a while, I noticed Cartoon Network was like really like going down when I saw Chowder and Count Leslo and stuff like that. I was like, what is this? This this ain't even right. What kind of show is this? Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. I thought that was lovely. I really did. But Camp Leslo, Chowder, I can't do. I just can't deal with that type of stupidity.
One second.
Okay.
Zell, I'm going to let you go off
I
for
just,
one
I
second.
just, okay.
One second. Tim, you gonna have to stop with this childish slander. It is not accepted on this fucking channel. You not about to sit up here and slander
Hey,
Chowder and Cap Laszlo in front of me. Like this just not
oh
about to
no,
happen. But go
Dude,
ahead,
we're
Zell.
not.
I
Go
couldn't
ahead,
get
Zell.
into it. I'm sorry. I just couldn't get into it.
Go ahead, Zell. Go ahead. I had to get that off my chest.
All right, we're gonna go on record and say Chatter was amazing, and so
Thank you.
was Camp Life. The only problem I had with Cartoon Network is that it started to push itself towards people with shorter attention span. So more cartoons, less sense is what they started doing. That's where you had shit like Annoying Orange coming out of the woodwork on them. And what's the other
Uncle
shit?
Grandpa,
Uncle Grandpa. Yeah,
that was
this kind of stuff.
retarded.
But who asked for it? Who tuned in for it? That was
Nobody
the
that asked.
people. Those the people they start pointing towards and pulling in more and more. And for some reason, I guess that was the biggest point of their audience. With less sense makes more money. I don't understand that concept, and I don't understand why they decided to stick with it when they had a reliable source of income coming from people who enjoyed their cartoons.
Cause
Like we,
I enjoyed Totally Spies growing up. That was cool to me.
I love Totally Spies. I love Totally
And
Spies.
16,
mm,
Yep. 16. Total Drama Island. The first series.
exactly.
nah, I enjoyed it. I ain't care for the second season of Total Drama. Total Drama Island. I enjoyed the first season.
Nobody did. We enjoyed that first shot. It's like an adrenaline shot. You get that first hit from the first season, but it starts to lose its momentum on you once that second hit comes. The drug ain't working the same.
Here's my thing, right? And This first thing I'm about to say might be controversial to a lot of y'all '90s babies. Probably the T2. But as a kid who grew up in the 2000s watching Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, but mainly as a Cartoon Network kid, this might be off topic just a little bit, but Cartoon Network has always had the better shows. So, as saying that, as somebody who grew up watching Cartoon Network, it really went bad when Cartoon Network started to go into live action shows. I don't know, y'all two might not remember, but like Cartoon Network around like 2009, 2010, they started doing live action shows. It was a show called Do What Would Happen, Destroy, Build, Destroy, and stuff like that. And they moved
Mm-hmm.
away from actual cartoons for a minute. But then that didn't work out, so they went right back to cartoons, and everything seemed fine. Like you had stuff like Chowder, Adventure Time, and then regular show came a couple years after that. But as time went on, less and less cartoons actually stuck. Like, cause you would see like the commercial for like a premiere of a new cartoon gonna come out like next Friday or next Saturday. It would run for like a couple weeks, and then you wouldn't see it anymore. But then Cartoon Network decided to put the nail in the fucking coffin and released a little show that y'all two might have heard of called Teen Titans Go.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you killed me on that one. You killed
Car-
me on that one. How dare you?
Cartoon Network had found they SpongeBob. They
Oh no
found
no no no.
no, hold on. They found a show that they could make a whole bunch of seasons and episodes for, and just rerun it all day long and show nothing else until Adult Swim came on at nighttime. You probably can go if for some of y'all got cable out there right now. You probably can go to Cartoon Network channel, and this probably is showing Teen Titans Go or some other bullshit. That's all they show,
No, the
and it's the
other
same with
nail.
Nickelodeon.
Because the other nail in the coffin was the remake of Powerpuff Girls. How dare you? I
That's
grew
why I
up
feel
with
like this.
I grew up with Powerpuff Girls. You don't do that. You don't do that.
You want to know what makes the Powerpuff Girls remake worse? That wasn't the first time they did it.
Mm.
Powerpuff Girls has had two and almost three, but two remakes that made it to TV. Two. Then they were
Like
both
you don't,
trash.
and then you trying to remake Ed, Ed and Eddie, and I've seen the drawings in animation for it. Don't you do that to my cartoon that I grew up with. You already killed it with Teen Titans Go and Powerpuff Girls. Don't do that to me. You're killing off my childhood.
And
Like literally.
one thing that I did kind of want to transition on is I heard somebody say this, and I agree with it fully. Cartoons, like I got tired of people saying that cartoons are for kids, which they are, but you can still make cartoons that have adult subject matters, but they can still be watchable for kids, and they can be good that way. For example, the original Teen Titans had
Bam.
a lot of stuff that normally you wouldn't think would be a subject that would be in a kids show, and they had a lot of dark moments too. But they wrote it and made it into it so that it would be digestible for kids and that they would actually learn something from it. I wanted to know what y'all thought about that.
In my opinion, all of it. In our time growing up, all of it good. Like, we can look at the roster for a lot of the stuff we had. Even for the ones we were starting to get the late version of a lot of it. Like for instance, when regular show came out. Okay, regular show don't fall into my time zone for TV series. I mean TV shows. I can't. It falls into when I was just now starting to grow out of cartoons, but it was still a good cartoon. It's still a cartoon that had a point to make, or it had a direction to go. Like Courage the Cowardly Dog, it had a direction to go. The original Powerpuff Girl, it had a direction to go. Dexter Laboratory, Foster Home for Imaginary Kids, Kids Next Door. All of these
Thank
shows
you.
had a point. Even My Gym Partner's a Monkey had a direction to go.
Oh God.
Exactly.
But
Oh God.
but
My
now
gym partner's a monkey? No.
exactly. But we understood what was the premise. Where was it going for? Where
it,
was it gonna lead to?
even if the shows were episodic, it was still like, the writing was way better than what it is now. Because it's like,
Exactly.
if you go back and watch some of them old Cartoon Network shows, it's a lot of clever ass jokes that are just downright funny, just for no, like, if for a cartoon show, it don't have no right to be that funny. But like, I've legit been like bust out laughing watching some of them old cartoons from back in the day. Even in like the 2000s, like a show that I don't even hear people talk about much, like Billy and Mandy. They got a lot
Hmm.
of
Oh
funny
God,
ass,
yeah.
they got a lot of clever ass jokes in that show that like you gotta go back and watch to get them because they funny as fuck.
And
Exactly.
the Misadventures of Flapjack.
Yeah,
Mm.
it
I
shows like
enjoyed
that.
that.
See, but now they ain't got shows like that. Now they got shows. The last of their lineage died when Gumball left. I ain't even gonna cap it. After Gumball season ended, that
No,
was the last of the.
I'm gonna say two things. One, I say the last good show that was on Cartoon Network was Adventure Time, and that just ended like 3-4 years ago.
I
Wait, no,
enjoyed
no,
Adventure
no, no. I
Time.
take that back. I take that back. Their actual last lineage ended with Steven Universe. That was it.
True.
Steven
After that,
is good. Steven is
exactly.
good. I had to
That was
admit that
their
when I first
last.
watched
That was their last run of good show.
And
Everything after that has just been
and I don't know if
bomb.
y'all know this, but with the last time that I remember watching Cartoon Network before we got rid of cable, right? Guess what they added to the channel?
But
it.
A preschool block.
oh yeah,
But
I don't know.
yeah.
They literally like I was watching I fell asleep watching it one night when I was watching like the Toonami anime and shit, right? And I woke up
Mm-hmm.
and it was like from like I think it was like May of last year. It was sometime last year where it was like from like 8 a.m. to like 5 p.m. They're gonna be showing
yeah,
preschool shows. And I looked and I was like, wait a minute, what? Like I thought it was like
mm,
some joke or a meme or something, but they were serious. Cause I turned on Cartoon Network one morning and I was like, just to see what was on, and they were showing these preschool shows all day long. And then right after it ended, from like 5 to like 8 o'clock, when Adult Swim come on, it would be Teen Titans Go. And I was like, how do
yeah.
you expect your channel to succeed like that? You show stuff
That
for
right.
preschoolers all morning and all day long, and then you show Teen Titans Go for 3 hours fucking straight. What the fuck is that? Like, that
And
shit is
why they?
terrible.
That's the thing. Instead of them do, that's what I'm saying. Even though cartoon held a trophy during our time, but other platforms had it better organized. Cartoon Network was just here, here, here. We got non-stop bangers right now. All right, this club don't stop. But now they don't know how they actually want to run it because they have too many. They have too many. They're trying to appease. Like they got Karen mothers out here talking about their kid needs to see something less graphic. When she could just change the channel to Disney or Nickelodeon.
But but but
She
Now
want
I
but
looked at a couple of my bad guy.
no. I was gonna say like, but that's the problem though. It's like if you go back and watch some of them shows, none of them shows are graphic. None of them. Cartoons are stuff. Our cartoons is shit that everybody of all ages can watch, not just kids, adults too. Cause who's gonna be watching the shows with the kids? The parents. My parents used to watch cartoons with me and my sister all the time, and they ended up liking them like we did. So it's
yeah,
like,
but like I said, when it comes to Karens though, or when it comes to the overprotective mothers, They want stuff to be seen to where it's. You ever seen Lucas the Spider?
I've heard that name sounds familiar, but I ain't never watched it.
Yeah,
It really
it's a
do.
it's a kid who started a YouTube channel about a giant spider. It's got big eyes. It's a jumping spider. It's an oversized miniature jumping spider, and the kid is adorable as hell. He sounds adorable as hell. But that's a TV show that's something that should have stayed on a platform for YouTube. You shouldn't bring that to mainstream just because a lot of people like to watch it on YouTube.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, but you alienate more of your audience by doing this preschool shit all day long. Like that's some shit that you expect to see off like Nick Jr. or some shit or like PBS
Exactly.
Kids, not on Cartoon
They have
Network.
a
Exactly.
place for it. But that's the thing. Cartoon Network is now reaching for everybody. It was for everybody, but now it's like it's pointing out everybody.
I guess.
Because
Oh, T, what was you about to
cause
say a
I
while
finna
ago?
I was finna say like We Bear Bears. I thought that
Yeah,
was pretty cool.
it
I thought that was
was.
pretty cool. It cause I enjoyed the concept of it. You know, you have a polar bear, a panda, and a brown bear. But I enjoyed the concept of what they were trying to say. Now that was cute. And then, what was another one besides We Bear Bears? It was some more like it's some more cartoons out there that's like kind of bearable, but
Here's
at
the
the same time, I'm just like Cartoon Network. You fell off. You still fell off, regardless.
here's the thing. One of them that's holding a little leverage with me, a little. I mean, very minuscule. Is Creek.
A Craig and a Creek.
Craig,
Yeah, Craig and Creek.
Okay,
Yeah,
like
that's holding a
I,
very minuscule amount for me.
I actually sat down and watched a couple episodes of Craig and the Creek, and it's cool, but like to me, it feels bland. Like
Mm,
it don't feel like it's doing anything like extraordinary. It's just kind of like it's kind of like Kids Next Door, but without the cool shit.
yeah,
Cause like like
oh,
cause they go to like the forest or whatever, do all they like playing and shit like with their imagination. But like I said and watched it one day, and I was like, this is Kids Next Door, but without them having like the moon base and like all they like ships and like guns and shit. Like
or
that's
having an
basically what it
actual
feels like.
yeah, and don't have to fight the adult. It ain't nothing that's challenging, really.
Yeah,
It,
like the plot of the show is kind of just meh to me. Like if I had to sit down and watch any show on Cartoon Network, I'd pick that show. But like it's just kind of meh to me. Like it's not really, it ain't doing nothing
it's not holding
exciting.
your attention.
Yeah,
mm-mm.
It's really not doing nothing.
cause I sit down and watch it, and I'm like, oh, I'm finna change the channel. Like it's just kind of that. It's like if nothing else is on and that's on, like I like have it as background noise or something.
Exactly.
Like it never really held my attention like that.
But
Okay, so I had a question. How about Nickelodeon?
Oh,
I
Like,
want
y'all need to go
what
first.
was
Y'all need to go first because Nickelodeon pissed me the fuck off. Y'all can go first.
to.
okay for me? Like I said, I'm a '90s kid. Like I'm a '93 kid. So I grew up watching like the Amanda Show, all that, and everything like that. Kingdom and Kel. And then I went on to watch Rugrats. Oh God, I love Rugrats. And let's see, Danny Phantom, Fairly Odd Parents, of course SpongeBob before it got to where it's at now, like way before it got to where it's at now. Like I watched a lot of stuff on Nickelodeon, and now it's like Nickelodeon, what happened? Where'd you go? You just drifted off. You
They
drifted off
did.
farther.
They did.
I,
They
You
6 feet
I,
under.
drifted. You drifted off farther than Cartoon Network has ever did. You pretty much just yeeted yourself off a building and said, "Fuck it, we're over. Ain't no more."
I let's go. Let, let's go and get into the actual mass of it. All right. Nickelodeon was a banger too. Right? We had Rocket Power. We had As Told by Ginger. We had let's see who else.
Wow,
Ren,
Thornberries.
exactly. Ren and Stimpy was amazing.
Hey, that was for the adults, but I get it though. Ren and
Right.
Stimpy was funny.
We didn't
Ren-
give a shit. And Hey Arnold, you can't tell me you ain't love Hey Arnold.
Who don't
Even
love Hey Arnold? That was the ish.
and then all that, we had back to back bangers with them. But just like everything, it started to run its line. Cause after after Danny Phantom decided to come to an end, Jimmy Neutron came to an end. Fairly Odd Parents ran its course. They started to bring in, like you said, live action shit. Cause they couldn't think of much else to do on cartoon.
And before you get into that, it really pissed me off because Nickelodeon did live action right at some times. They did
Yeah,
it
they
right.
did.
Drake
Really
and
did.
Josh, iCarly, fucking all that. They did live action right sometimes, but it's
They
just
even did
like,
what the hell is that? Big Time Rush. I didn't
Victorious.
even like that too
yeah,
much
Victorious too.
until Scholar.
It's like they knew how to do live action, but like, well, after they fired Dan Snyder and yeah, it kind of
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Okay. Anyways, what were you saying?
But yeah, most of their stuff started to run its fucking line after they started to do a lot of that. And what make it worse is that they didn't just do it; they ran it around crazy ass recap concepts.
And boring
What
Like,
ass
was them brother?
concepts.
What was them two brothers' name that wanted to start a band and stuff like that?
The Naked Brothers Band.
Yes,
Okay, the Naked Brothers Band was one of the good live action shows. So
it was,
that's
it
what I
was,
was saying. Like I enjoyed that because I was like, oh, they so cute. They want to start a band. They were adorable. I enjoyed
yeah.
watching it because I thought it was cute.
yeah, and it's just like, okay, like, look. First of all, side note, if anybody watching this video is wondering why Disney Channel isn't involved in this, because Disney Channel is worse than the worse than both of these fucking channels. So fuck
Oh
Disney
God,
It
Channel.
is.
Fuck Disney Channel. Fuck Disney Channel.
we will
It's
not
Now,
talk about
hold
Disney.
on.
it's too
We're gonna
I
damn
say,
like that.
it's too
all right,
damn
we're gonna say,
irrelevant
we're
to
gonna say,
even bring in this
no, no, no.
video.
We're gonna say this. We're gonna say this. Fuck Disney Channel for sure. But Disney Channel did hold. We'll give their ass a maximum of 10 good shows. 10.
Can we really?
Because
The only thing that was good about Disney Channel was JetX.
I was just about to say that was
And
the best part of Disney
and
Channel.
older Disney like That's So Raven, Kim Possible and stuff like that, like the old like Lilo and Stitch, the animated series. That is
exactly.
about as good as Disney was gonna get. That and JetX
But
and Toon Disney because it gave you gargoyles. There,
Mm.
I said
yeah, in other news, fuck Disney Channel. But
it.
Everything, everything else is in a pedal of shit. It,
basically,
it,
but like my thing with Nickelodeon is like at least Cartoon Network had good cartoons for I would say more than like 5 to 10 years. And I'm gonna kind
Mhm.
of put that into perspective. Like it's like y'all were talking about, like Nickelodeon had them '90s cartoons, Ren and Stimpy, all that, and everything like that. But literally after like 2000 and like after the Avatar: Last Airbender ended, Nickelodeon just crashed. Like it was
It did.
I'm
fucking
just thinking
pathetic.
that.
It was fucking
It did.
pathetic. Like at least Cartoon Network was able to hold on for like a good like 7 more years at least. Nickelodeon after the Last Airbender just went to complete bullshit. Like it was
And then
sad. Like literally, Nickelodeon had good cartoons for the span of like 5 years. Like I give Nickelodeon from like I say like 97 to whenever Last Airbender ended. That's it. That was it.
because they tried to piggyback off Airbender for all them Legend of Korra fans.
And you want to know what's crazy? I don't know if y'all know this, but guess what show Nickelodeon had the opportunity to pick up, but they turned down?
What?
Adventure Time.
That would have put them on the
I'm
freaking
so
map.
serious. The creators
But I
of
feel
it,
like Cartoon Network did it better though.
the creators of Adventure Time went to Nickelodeon first, but Nickelodeon turned them down, and that's when Adventure
Oh,
Time was put on Cartoon Network. It's just like
oh,
Nickelodeon literally just ran out of ideas. They ran out of fucking ideas so quickly. I'm like, how did this shit happen? Because Avatar was carrying Nickelodeon for years. Because SpongeBob went to
oh,
shit when Avatar was on, and everything, and all the other shows ended, and then got rebooted
actually,
again
they
and went to
actually
shit.
canceled. Yeah, they canceled SpongeBob ads for a minute
Yeah, and it was
because
just
someone was
like,
doing it again.
and then they brought it back, and it went to shit. And Cartoon
Yep,
Network and Nickelodeon are doing the same shit now. They have that one show that makes them money, and they keep
And
replaying
they
it over and over and over again. Like SpongeBob hadn't been
like,
good in damn near 20 years at this point.
cause I was finna say like, Fairly Odd Parents, when you made it into a live action movie, and
yep.
then you made Timmy share his fairies with a little girl because the magic is running out, and he can only make limited. He has to share.
That shit was
What
so
kind of
stupid.
fuckery is?
That was called budgeting magic. That's
And
what
they
we're gonna
took
call
out
that.
Trixie from the show too.
Yep.
Like what the
Cause
fuck?
that's why I was like, that was his love interest. Well, sorta. And I was just like, what is going on with Fairly Odd Parents? Why would you do this? Why Timmy got to share his fairies with this crazy, weird chick? Like, who is she? Where did she come from?
And it
And
made it
why is she
worse because
here?
the original premise of like kids having them fairies was because their life was shitty. Her life wasn't
Mm.
shitty. She was making straight
Uh,
A's. She had a good household, and she was fine. But she gets fairies because Timmy has to share his. Like what the fuck?
And then on top of that, you made Cosmo and Wanda a dad, mom and dad,
here's the thing.
baby poof.
Here's the thing. They actually was I when they did the fucking after the movie and after actually after which is actually crazy as shit to me that the movie did so actually well. They did so well on that fucking movie.
You mean the China surfing movie?
Yeah,
Bruh,
I
that was
enjoyed
Bruh,
that.
Channel Chasers and the Jimmy Timmy Power Hours were fucking fire.
Damn.
exactly. That was it. They should have just left it there.
And then you
But
did real good with Chip Skylark. Like we ain't gonna lie and say them episodes with Chip Skylark was not the most banging episodes ever.
exactly, because niggas was like, "Is he really a singer? Hold on, I actually got a nigga on here. He ain't bad, okay."
It's just like the quality of the cartoons dropped so fucking significantly to where it's just like, what happened? Cause like none of the cartoons at Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network have done in like the past 5 to 6 years
The same,
stick. Like
the
they either
same thing that
boring
happened.
ass premises or like they just fucking like it just don't stick. Like nothing they do sticks anymore, and it's like,
Because
huh?
I was gonna say like Cartoon Network, like when they got rid of Boomerang, I feel like that was kind of like the it because Boomerang gave you Justice League and like Top Cat and Flintstones and stuff like that. But it's like the moment Cartoon Network gave away that, it was like, what's going on here?
It just doesn't like. I just don't get like where they went, like what went wrong with both of these channels because like especially Cartoon Network because they had such good cartoons for such a long time, and it's basically dead now because of Teen Titans Go. And I'm like, and I get it because like people have been saying Teen Titans Go been trash for years, but like it genuinely is a fucking insult to the original show in so many ways. So it just don't make any fucking sense. It's like that's one of your most iconic shows in your whole history, but you remake it make it worse, make the jokes not funny, make the characters bland and one dimensional and annoying, and expect people to like it. And then you gave it a whole movie that you released in theaters. But the original
And what
Teen
make it worse?
Titans
Well,
can't get a movie?
No. What make it worse is that they did
that
make
is
another.
some bullshit.
They made another movie with the original, them fighting the original,
Ex-
and then
But
fighting
that
this
was
time.
still bland though. That was still bland because you still put a middle finger up and said, "Fuck you, Teen Titans," because we're in charge now.
Yep.
You made Robin like you
they
made
made
Robin. Oh
Robin,
God,
bro. They made Robin so fucking annoying. They made
that's
Mm-hmm.
what I just,
like it's literally like if you look at the characters from the original and look at how they portrayed in Teen Titans Go, ain't none of their depth like there at all. Like it's not there, and it's just like it just doesn't make sense on like why put the Teen Titans characters in this show and just not just make like new characters because it wouldn't fucking sell otherwise. Literally,
and
if this
then
wasn't a remake of the original Teen Titans, it wouldn't be this popular.
Mm.
like y'all
I-
remember that show, Hi Hi Puff Yummy Yumi.
Yeah,
I
Yep.
enjoyed that. That was good because it was about the singers for Teen Titans, the theme song. So I was
Yeah.
cool with that because you got some music. But y'all was
it's
canceling stuff. Like when Cartoon Network had canceled Generator Rex, I was like, why?
uh,
Why?
Ooh, I better do.
Why? Cause that was like really cool. Cause it was like setting. I don't want to say like almost apocalyptic, kind of setting, but it was still cool. Cause I enjoyed watching Generator Rex. That was shit.
Mm-hmm.
like
Y'all
it.
didn't
But
enjoy. Y'all didn't enjoy Generator Rex, did you?
I love
man,
Generator
that's
Rex.
still a thing.
I love Generator Rex. Do not get that shit twisted. That was one of my favorite shows when it was on TV. I'm like,
I
Cause
like.
you said everything that I was gonna say about it. Like they canceled this shit before it even got a chance to get off the ground.
like Secret Saturdays, that was good because you're fighting off this dude, and then this kid has this power of this like ancient like beast or whatever. I was enjoying that on Saturdays. I really
Mm-hmm.
was. I was enjoying that on Saturday.
Like
I just felt like that was some fucked up shit.
it gets to the point to where it's like it had to have been a corporate decision for them to just like take away all of what made Cartoon Network great in the first place. They just like stripped it away. Like they used to have like just straight up funny cartoons. They used to have cartoons that told a great fucking story. They used to have cartoons where it was funny and told a good story. And it's like now they just doing like mindless humor that's not funny. Like literally half of the damn Teen Titan jokes is just fart jokes. And don't
You
get
know
me
what I think?
wrong, even like now, like I still laugh. Like if it's a good fart joke, I laugh at the shit. But not if it's corny, like the Teen Titans Go fart jokes. Like they just be corny and lame.
You know
But
what I
I
say
was
could bring
gonna
them back on the map?
What?
what?
A redirection. And I know not a direction. It's a redirection to where you ain't binging off either the past or you trying to binge off lazy sale. A redirection to where you
So
actually binge off people who like it's a lot of people nowadays that actually require quality over quantity.
so that begs the question to the next question right here. How can they recover?
Cause
Now that we know they have failed, how can they recover?
Can they even recover at this point?
they can, cause they still hold some interest.
Do they though? Because you gotta think about it though. Like with Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon being that state that they at, you gotta think about it. It's like people aren't really watching cable like that no more too. And the main thing folks are watching are streaming services, and it's like Cartoon Network as a channel, it would have to be like they would have to release like back to back shows that are literally like 10 out of 10 perfect, but like it would end up being on HBO Max because that's where a lot of the Cartoon Network shows end up being on anyways.
But
Yeah,
Cartoon Network do have his own streaming channel, so they are making some profit out of that, just like Nickelodeon is.
Yeah, but
But
like
it,
it's
I,
but that's what I'm saying though. It's like Cartoon Network is at the point to where it's damn near too far gone for them to like regain their whole audience because like they would have to drop like back to back 10 out of 10 shows for people to even take it seriously again because people are not gonna buy a streaming service just for one show.
like if you put like all the old shows on there for like the older generation going into the new generation, like Samurai Jack and everything like that, then maybe you can kind of recover just a little bit, like just a little bit. But I would
yeah,
finna
that's
say that
old thing that they ain't got no more.
because I was finna say like Justice League and Unlimited, you can watch that on HBO Max. Now, if you trying to like, I know you trying to appeal to this new generation, but is this really new generation really watching stuff like we used to watch, like the new Pokemon?
I
Mm,
Like,
mean,
nope.
like, but you gotta think about it though. It's like if Cartoon Network really wanted to like go full out with the streaming stuff because cable is dying, like you would have to take that shit off HBO Max because like what's the point of me buying a Cartoon Network streaming service if I can watch Ed, Edd n Eddy on HBO Max? Why would I buy Cartoon Network just to watch it on Cartoon Network streaming service? Like all they old good shit
cause
is
I
on HBO
still
Max.
have, not
True.
gonna lie, cause I do have HBO Max, and I be sitting up here. I'm like, I'm finna watch Carrots Cat a Dog. I'm finna watch Samurai Jack. Oh, look, it's Ed, Edd n Eddy. Now, if they put Johnny Bravo on there, y'all might not hear from me for the next couple of days, cause I'm finna watch Johnny Bravo.
Cause like I
You
feel,
know.
cause it's kind of like cause at the moment with Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon it's like well I'm gonna pivot to Disney one more time, but like the only thing that's keeping Disney relevant at the moment is Marvel. Cause if Disney wouldn't have bought Marvel, they would be in a worse position than Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon would be in. Cause at this point, Disney Channel had only had like a good 2 to 3 years of good shit. Like it wasn't even a
Be-
long time. It didn't even last like 5 years to be honest with you.
I was gonna say Raven Home is doing good
But who the
in a
fuck
way.
cares about Raven in 2022? Who?
Mm-hmm.
Like who asked
What
for
I was gonna
this?
say? What about the Proud Family? Louder.
Don't dare.
The new.
No.
I haven't watched it.
No.
I haven't watched it, so I can't
No.
give an
Save
opinion
your
on it. No,
save your
I watched.
always.
I've watched it, and I've already told me, how I feel about it because I was watching it with my kids, and I was like, "Hold up, wait a minute, this ain't the same Proud Family I grew up on." Hold up, did she just walk in with her parents and they like, "Oh snap, gotta go"? You know what? I love Pixar,
Save your honors.
but I feel like they waited too long to give us this reboot.
but I mean,
I
like,
feel like
it. But that's the thing, though. Is like a lot of these shows, like, cause the Proud Family ended in like the 2000s, and it's like nobody really was just asking and clamoring for a reboot of it. They kind of just doing this shit out the blue. To be honest with you, they're really doing this shit out the blue. Cause it's the same thing with the Fresh Prince reboot. Who the fuck asked for a Fresh Prince reboot? Who? Like, who the fuck asked for a dramatized version of the Fresh Prince? I really want to fucking know. Like, the Fresh Prince didn't have enough drama in it as itself. Like I don't, and that's another thing about this shit. Like I don't understand who is asking for all these reboots. Like the fans are not asking y'all for reboots of these shows that already had conclusive endings. Like we don't need a reboot of the Fresh Prince or really of the Proud Family. Like make new shit. Like
That's
y'all
what
can't.
we.
Don't
Like y'all can't. Like
like we didn't ask for the reboot of like Power Rangers that used to come on Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, whichever one it was, or Disney. I don't care. Or we didn't ask for the like y'all trying to remake Ed and Eddie. Don't dig up your past to try to like save yourself.
cause literally it's just like at this point, like y'all gotta make new shit. Cause like the audience that watch the stuff that like the old Ed and Eddie
Different
and Billy and
mindset.
Mandy. Yeah, I'm just like, bro, like y'all can't keep like living off the success of some shit that came out in 2004. Like y'all
The way
gotta
we
make
grew
new
up,
shit.
the way we grew up, aspect into what we watched. So the shows we watched attracted us because of the way we grew up. But now,
I was gonna
with how kids
go
grow up
ahead.
now,
But
no,
but it's completely different now though, cause we grew up watching cable. These motherfuckers growing up watching YouTube. It's different.
exactly.
Cause like we grew
My,
up and we had to
that's
like
what I was
wait for
finna say
shit.
right there. That's what I was finna say right there. Like they're trying to appeal to the new audience and like, okay, for me, the turn off for Steven Universe, I love Steven, but I don't because I'm a mother of three myself. I don't. I know my children don't understand it, but I don't like the adult content in it. But I like it for me though.
Wait. Hold on. Adult content in kids shows can be done right. And honestly, a lot
Yeah,
of
It
times it's
can.
needed. Cause like the stuff in Steven Universe was mild. It's really mild. Cause if you want to talk about,
But
cause y'all was saying earlier, Ren and Stimpy wasn't no damn kid show.
that,
Would you rather
it
would,
really wasn't.
would
That
you
was
rather
really
them
meant for
would
adults.
you rather them watch Steven Universe or Ren and Stimpy?
That's why I was gonna say, like, I don't mind them watching Steven Universe because it flies over their head. Because, like, my children are 7, 6, and 5. You know, it flies over their head. They don't catch it. They just find it funny.
And that's what
But
I'm
I'm just saying
saying. It's
for
like a lot of the adult shit in cartoons, they not gonna understand what the fuck it is anyways. Cause we didn't get that. Cause like none of us as kids got that joke in SpongeBob where he was watching porn. None of us understood that joke when we was kids.
nope.
And that's what I'm saying. As adults, we laugh at that shit now, but I didn't understand that shit when I first watched it. I didn't understand that shit.
or when they was cussing, or when they was cussing their ass off, and I was like, why are they bleeping out these words? What is being said that can't
Exactly.
be said on TV?
That's what I'm saying. It's
Knowing
like
damn well we were saying behind that shit the same shit. Like,
exactly,
what
and
the fuck
like
are they
That's
saying?
my point.
adult shit can be done right in cartoons. You just have to write it well, cause like shit, like a lot of the jokes and shit, a lot of the stuff in Teen Titans was like adult content that you wouldn't, tell a child just, outright what it is. But if you put it and write it how they did, it's a good lesson to learn. It's like that Starfire episode where they was racist towards her. Like that's a good
Yeah,
lesson to learn. Like, like
it really
and
is.
all the shit like that. So it's like you can
But
do it well. You just gotta write it well.
I was just gonna say like to piggyback off Disney one more time. Remember when I called you and I was like, "Oh, I just watched the new episode of the Proud Family or whatever." And Penny walked in, her parents had the house to themselves, and she walked in and they had on each other's clothes, and I was like, "Oh."
Hmm.
And then here goes my son. My son was like, "Mom, why they got on different clothes?" I'm like, "Whoa, hold up, pause. Nope, no,
Mm-hmm.
no, no, no. We gonna change something else. We gonna watch something else, and then you can ask me about that later. Like years later." But my other two children were laughing. They was like, "They got on each other clothes, Mama. That's funny." I was like, "They were wrestling and whatnot." I had to come up with something quick.
Just say he ran across the room and drop kicked her from the floor. That's how.
Yeah, they was
Man,
wrestling. Yeah, they was wrestling.
that's why I was
They was
like,
watching
if you,
WWF.
but
Like I
some
said,
of these kids be catching it, and I get, they trying to appeal to the new, like 2022, like understanding that boys are dressing up as girls and whatnot. I have no issue with it. I really don't. And I get that you trying to embrace it for certain, generation, but don't lay it on too thick, is what I'm saying. Do not lay it on too thick.
I mean,
Just
it depends, cause like, but you gotta understand though. It's like a kid ain't gonna understand that shit unless they at a certain age. Cause like a lot of this shit that like a lot of the like damn near all the adult like all the adult jokes that I watched as a kid, I didn't understand it until I watched like them like YouTube compilations of them. And I was like, oh, now I get it. Cause like if like it depends on like the parents with that type of shit, because like if you think it's too much for your kid, then like tell them not to watch it and like actually explain it to them. But it's like a lot of this shit kids can watch, like it's no biggie, like it's not that much of a
no,
deal.
like I have no issue with my children watching Steven Universe. I really, really didn't, because I was like, they find it funny and it's cool. In my mind, I'm the adult. I'm like, oh, I see all of this, but it's okay. I think it's
Yeah,
because of the way.
like the only time it would be an issue is if like your fucking 5-year-old understood that they was talking about fucking, because they'd be like, "Where the fuck you learned
Yeah,
about fucking for?"
yeah, but I think it's because like the product of how I was raised. Like my grandma did not let me watch Johnny Bravo growing up. I had to wait till I was a little bit older, and then I understood. I was like, oh, cause
mm-hmm.
Johnny Bravo is a
Pervert.
womanizer. A big one. And I was like, oh, that's why I couldn't watch this, because to me it was funny,
We
but
gonna
to my
talk about.
grandma it was like, no, you can't watch this because this man is nasty.
I was just about to
Mm-hmm.
say, cause like, don't y'all remember a couple years back when like the internet was trying to cancel that Looney Tunes character because he was a pervert and shit, or the little
Pepe Le
skunk dude?
Pew,
Yeah,
We wasn't thinking
he
about
did
that.
cancel him, and I was like, why? Because
cause he's
Pepe Le
just like
Pew,
Johnny Bravo. You can't do that
but
shit on
you,
TV no more.
but
No, like no,
that
like think about it. If a dude in real life acted like Johnny Bravo, he would be a creep, and they would try to put him in jail, right?
true.
So in people's minds now, they're like, wait, like we can't have this on TV now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but see, what I was finna say was that was so long ago, and nobody besides our generation, not this new generation, knows about Looney Tunes. They only just figured it out because Space Jam, which was not really needed.
I don't know.
Because
It's
Space Jam was not all that good. The first one or this new one.
what you about to say, Zay?
I just say, if we're gonna talk about subliminal, and we're gonna talk about shows that gave us way more than we even wanted to, we need to talk about Cow and Chicken.
I hated that show.
I enjoyed Cow and Chicken. That was funny.
Cow and Chicken
You see,
annoyed the fuck out of me.
Cow and
That's
Chicken flipped on a switch with people to where some folks enjoyed it, but at the same time, some folks was kind of appalled by it. Cow and Chicken hit both sides for me because at times I enjoyed it because the idiocy that fell with Cow, and then the laziness that fell with Chicken. But at
but
the
it
same
was the
time,
devil for me.
see, I didn't even think he was the devil. I didn't even pay attention to any of that. Only thing I didn't like is the way they kept presenting him, though. He always one throw his ass up in the in the face of the camera for some reason, and two, always stalking around Cow and Chicken, which came to
True.
be by unknown circumstance.
Very true. I was gonna say another one that had a lot of was Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Mm.
Cause there
But
was one particular episode where Courage had helped uh this female cat saved her best friend Bunny, who's in a domestic relationship with a dog.
Hmm.
And who was
But these
also a
things,
lesbian.
See what
yeah,
I'm saying? Like, if you want to say disturbing, besides Cow and Chicken and Ren and Stimpy, uh, Courage the Cowardly Dog was disturbing at some points. Like, really, uh, what was that mummy dude? Raw, whatever it was, I forgot. I can't think of Ramsey. Return the slab and all that.
Yeah.
Dude, I think I had nightmares for like 2 weeks of that. But I still enjoyed the episode though. I still enjoyed the episode, but I'm like that was a little too far out for me right there growing up.
But I mean, like, kind of get back and at the original question, do y'all think that these channels can recover at all?
No, no.
I can't. You wanna know how I say I can?
How?
With the okay, right, hear me out. It has to be one with a new writing crew, and not just any writing crew. We have to have not and not the outmind writing crew that's go try to pull in every fucking body. No, 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 no. Because once you try to pull in every fucking body, I know everybody want to be included, but you can either come in or you can try to come in and try to fit in, or you can just come in and sit in. And if you come in, if they get a writing crew where it's just gonna let people come in and sit in to where everybody can focus on where we want our shows to go and how we want them to be seen instead of people coming in and saying, okay, we want them to point out this, and this, and we gotta also add a little twist of this and twist of this, and oh yeah, we gotta make sure these people can understand it too, and oh yeah, add a little bit of this so they can know it. No, we ain't trying to reach for everybody because everybody's gonna either do one or two things: enjoy it or hate it
Because
altogether. They
everything ain't for
can,
everybody.
yes, but everybody will watch everything.
True.
So they can get themselves back together as long as they can get crew, they can get people to literally start focusing on how they actually want their shows to be represented, and not in a stupid, quick. Let's get them to just laugh all the time, or let's get them to just say something stupid or funny, or they do these fuck jokes for 2 hours and some change. Nah,
So some more in depth kind of like
exactly.
characteristic.
Cause that's what people actually starting to love more. We all love that shit. We say, you saw how we reacted with Codename Kids Next Door. Every last one of them niggas had a story. And me, before we actually started figuring out their full story, we just loved tagging along with the actual adventure that they built for us. Cause we would come in on the episode that he was already in the middle of some shit and be like, what the hell that happened? You know what? We'll find out the details later. Let's just go kick some ass right quick. We're gonna run with this and see where we're gonna be at the end of it.
Um, I say to the conclusion of that, if they can recover, I say yes and no. I'm kind of like leaning towards like no, but I can see myself like I'm in the middle. I'm torn because just like Zale said, if they do it right, they can slowly but surely come back to life, both Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. But if they keep going where they're going now, then no, you will never recover from that.
Mm.
Honestly,
You won't.
my bad.
Go
Keep
ahead.
moving. My bad.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, honestly, I'm gonna say no because I feel like with cable dying off too, and like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon like going further and further away from like their audience that they had like once upon a time, like I feel like it's too far gone for them to recover because the like the trust that they had with the fans is gone because like it's obvious that they don't care about what we really want to see and they just gonna do what's gonna make them money. So it's like it like at this point, like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, I'm just gonna be honest, they just gonna keep dying off until it's like dire strength. Then they'll turn around and be like, "Oh, we actually gotta make good cartoons." You'll probably see a resurgence for like a couple of years, then they'll go right back to what they're doing because they really don't give a fuck anymore. They just gonna keep doing what they're doing, and everybody's just gonna start watching, and everybody's just gonna keep moving on to anime and other movies, and they'll just be left as a distant memory of what they used to be. Cause I don't think that shit could happen at all.
I really feel like you gonna see more people leaning towards anime and movies versus cartoons. And if you do still watch cartoons, I kid you not, you're probably watching the old cartoons versus the new stuff.
True, but we
Mm,
all in agreement.
We pretty much is.
yeah.
Well, alright, y'all. That'll wrap it up. That'll wrap it up for this episode. Appreciate y'all for watching. Leave y'all suggestions in the comments of what we should talk about next. This episode will be uploaded either Wednesday or Thursday, so bear with us on that. But thank y'all for watching the podcast. We'll see y'all next time.
See you later.
Peace out.